So quick announcement before I start the video. This is the last part of Reborn for now, so don't kill me in the comment section. Yes, I will continue this what if after I figure out what I will going to do next. No, I don't know when, but I think it will be before season 5 air. So, and without out of the way, let's begin. Hello there guys, it's Bulkan here, back again on a video, and today I'm going to do what if Deku was reborn, part 40. Hope you enjoy it. So a few things happened in last part and I cannot shrink it for a recap. So if you want to know what happened last part, click on a button right here. And without further ado, let's begin. After he saw the defeated look on his dad's face, Deku asked him, is he okay? What is the history between him and the demons? His dad looked at him straight in the eyes and told him, I think you already know about the war that happened between the humans a few hundred years ago. Deku nodded. His dad asked him, do you know what caused it? Deku shook his head. His dad continued, okay, let me tell you something. We dragons are basically the guardian of the earth. So that big of an event that shook the whole world, why didn't we participate in it? Or stop it before things escalate? Well, it's because we were recovering from a war that happened between our dragons, or our kin. Deku was shocked. His dad told him, why are you shocked? We are still living beings. We are not perfect. Anyway, that war that happened between dragons cost us a lot. We were at our lowest point. We couldn't even do our job. So with that, a couple of young, stupid, and powerful demons found their way in our world and decided to wreak havoc. But not by attacking humans. In the contrary, they were trying to use them. They told them they will give them power beyond their imagination. And they took it. But there is something about demons' power. When someone starts using it, maybe not the first one, maybe not the second, but after a while, if he keep using it, he will slowly lose his humanity and become selfish, only thinking about power and destruction. And that's what happened to the humans that caused the war. They got drunk by power, and that's that. Then Deku tell him, wait, if I remember correctly, the only spell that they used in that war that gave them the upper hand, it was summoning magic. But the good guys were also able to summon. So you're telling me that they also use demon magic? His dad nod and tell him, like I told you, if they overuse their magic, they will start losing their humanity. So the good mages did not overuse it. Plus summoning magic or demon magic is a bit different from ours. Deku asked, in what way? His dad explained, both our magic share a lot of properties. Both of us can use fire, air, and lightning. They can use water magic, but their water is pitch black. But they cannot use light or dark magic. In exchange, they have what I call the demon magic. It has some properties similar to light and dark magic, so you could say that it has some properties from both of them. But the thing that differentiates it the most, it goes against nature. For example, summoning magic. It's similar to reincarnation, but the gains are limited to how strong the caster is. Plus, it has this thing or limiter that you can only summon someone from your kin. So this skill is basically useless to the demons because there is only one world that have demons, but humans in the other hand, there is two. So if a demon find a way to our world and teach a human how to summon, they can use it. But they have to have the aptitude to use dark magic at least. And also there is one more thing that is dangerous about demon magic. It can cost you your life if you overused it. That is the biggest difference between our magic and their magic. If we overuse our magic, we will only pass out for a few days. But if we use their magic, it will drain our life force. Deku stays silent for a second, then he tell him, okay, but what is your relationship, for lack of terms, with the demons? His dad sighed and tell him, After the humans used that spell to break the link between your world and ours, the bond that was between your world and ours and the demons was broken. So we predicted at the best we only have a year before doomsday. We tried everything, but we come out with only one solution. My mom, my dad, the previous king and queen, and a bunch of new dragons sacrificed their life to create a new link between your world and ours. But because it was a new link, no one was summoned or reincarnated for thousands of years until you. And I think that's why you are this powerful. Somehow you are able to absorb the mana or the life force or whatever was left in the new path and fuse it with your own soul. Deku was left stunned, speechless. He came here to learn who was that man in the cloak, but he just learned something new about himself. Deku shook his head. He thanked him for being honest with him and telling him everything, and opened up a portal to go back to his world. His dad stopped him and tell him if anything happened in your world to report it immediately. Deku nodded and returned to his world. When he did, he tried to play it cool like nothing happened, and everybody started asking him how the mission went. Deku completely forgot about the mission. Then he told them actually, and he was caught by the urgent news that an explosion happened in Husu City. So everybody is looking at Deku for an explanation, so he told them to sit down and he will explain everything. So after telling them about the thugs and maybe there is a demon involved, he didn't tell them about what happened with the dragons. They asked him if that demon will show up again. Deku replied, I don't know, but if he will, I will make sure to make it his last trip. Everybody is worried about Deku, but they don't know what to say. Then Aizawa put his hand on his shoulder and tell him, just be careful out there, kid. I know that the people now need you more than ever. Just please be careful. Deku smiled and tell him, I'm always careful, Aizawa, always. So the next day, Deku decided to go to Husu City to make sure that no one was hurt. So he passed by an Ingenium agency and asked him if someone was hurt by the explosion. Ingenium tell him that no one was hurt. Deku breathed a sigh of relief. Then Ingenium tell him, but the SWAT team that was with us yesterday want to thank you personally for saving them. Deku think about it for a second, then he tell him, sure, why not? So he go with him to police station, and luckily the SWAT team was there, so he thank him profusely for everything. Then Deku saw that Yami is wearing civilian clothes and holding a gift in his hand. Deku asked him, going to see someone? Yami nod and tell him that he's going to see his little kid. It's his birthday. Deku start remembering what happened to his kid. Ask him, your kid is a fan, right? Yami raised an eyebrows and tell him, yeah. Then Deku asked him, do you mind me tagging along? Yami tell him, of course not. My kid will be overjoyed to see you. So two of them go to the hospital and go to Yami's kid room. When Yami entered the room, he tell him, happy birthday, kiddo. Plus, I have a little surprise for you. Then Deku entered the room and everyone was surprised to see him there. So when Deku saw Yami's kid state, he realized that his quirk was overboost or something like that. His bones are a bit dislocated. So Deku approached him and tell him, it's going to sting for 1 second, but it's going to hurt a lot. So embrace yourself. Deku put his hand on him. The kid started glowing, then he started screaming in pain. Yami, like any parent, tried to stop Deku. Then the kid stopped screaming, then Yami realized that his bones are disappearing or something. Then after a small flashlight that blinded everyone for 1 second, Deku took a step back from the kid and told him to try to get up. The kid did and he can walk again. Yami is in tears. He asked Deku how he did that. Then he stopped himself and tell him, thank you. Deku smiled, wink and tell him, I have to split, so see ya. Then Deku vanished. And unbeknownst to him, someone was recording and the video went viral. So reporters quickly go to the hospital and ask the doctor for more details. The doctor told them that what Deku did was nothing short than a miracle, because they don't have the means to heal that type of injuries. So more than ever, everyone wants to know who exactly is White Ninja. What type of quirk does he have? How many quirks does he have? Does he have multiple or only one that he is good at using? While everybody is taking how to find the identity of White Ninja, Deku on the other hand is doubling his effort to find where possibly the demon will attack next. But so far, no luck. Until a week after, Mia grab him aside and tell him that they are glad that he's spending more time searching for the demon, but they still need him for the school festival. He haven't trained with them since that day. Deku tell her to don't worry and he do the exact move perfectly and tell her I already know how to dance, so don't worry about that part. Mina's mouth was wide open, then she closed it and tell him, of course you did. Fine, do whatever you want, just don't be late to the school festival. Deku smiled and tell her I won't, don't worry. So after an eventful week, the day of the school festival has arrived. Everyone starts getting ready for the dance, and they begin. And it was almost as the original. I will change that in the middle of the dance. Deku start creating copies of pro heroes using his electricity and making them dance with them. And that was more than enough to make Eri smile. And after the dance, Eri is with Mirio. She comes running toward Deku smiling, and she tells him that she enjoyed the dance. Deku tear up a bit and tell her that he's glad that she have fun. And she gave him another big smile. Come on guys, look at this smile. It's adorable. But you're asking, where is Gentle Criminal? Well, there is no one named Gentle Criminal. There is a pro hero named Gentle. And you're asking how? Well, it's easy. So with Deku or White Ninja influence and how he always is patrolling the city, he's bound to cross path with Gentle Criminal. So one day, Gentle Criminal did not stand a chance. So Deku had him over to the police, but before he go, he told them something. That Gentle is not a villain, so don't treat him like one. Then he split. And this word stuck with the officer. So when they start questioning him, they make a deal with him. Spend a month or two inside the prison, and when you get out, you will do an exam to try to get your hero license. And with his power, he will definitely get it. And start working with them as a hero. After that, the rest of the school festival play up the same as the anime. And Deku start thinking that Demon showing up was only one-off. But he keep remembering the story that his dad told him, so he didn't let his guard down. So the day has come for Endeavor to be officially and publicly named the #1 hero. And like the anime, he give his speech, then Hawks asking for his help. And after a small patrol, they go to the restaurant and they get attacked by the 3rd generation Nomu. Endeavor immediately engaged the fight, and it started like the anime. He started getting pummeled. He tried to get the upper hand using Hawk's wings or feathers. Meanwhile, Deku is debating between helping him or not, because this is his moment to shine, and he doesn't want to intrude like All Might did with All for One. Then something happened to make Deku's stomach drop. He told them, I have to go right now. All Might and Aizawa tell him why. Deku shout and tell them that the Nomu have magic in him, and it keep increasing. Deku go in White Ninja state and open up a portal to the edge of the city and start flying at max speed toward the fight. Meanwhile, Endeavor continue fighting the Nomu. Then the Nomu start glowing with purple aura, and he's getting stronger and stronger. Same goes for the other Nomus. At first, Hawks was able to defeat them easily, but now they are putting a fight. Then the Nomu bite on Endeavor's hand hard, piercing through his skin and making him bleed. Endeavor tries his best to get his hand free, but it's no use. The Nomu's grabs start getting more and more painful. Then watching him a lightning strike hit both of them, creating a massive flash of light. Everybody start thinking that is it. Both of them have died. Then the smoke start clearing and they see the Nomu still flying, missing an arm and a leg, but he started regenerating. Then right in front of them, they start seeing a silhouette of a person, and when the smoke cleared, they see Deku holding Endeavor. Deku asks him, is he okay? Endeavor not tell him, yeah, somehow. Deku quickly heal him, tell him, so what do we do next? Endeavor tell him, I don't know, he's too strong for me, I can't beat him. Then Deku tell him, so you will give up? Endeavor looks at Deku, then Deku shout, so you will give up then? Then he got him by his shirt or his hero costume and bring him to his level. Yesterday you told us just to wait and see, so we're waiting. Endeavor tell him, but he's too strong, I cannot do anything. Then Deku tell him, of course he's strong. Do you really think that being a hero is just a walk in the park? What do you think All Might was been through? You saw him in his last fight. He was weakened, injured, but he didn't give up. So tell me, will you let your predecessor be better than you? Huh? Answer me. Who are you? Endeavor fire start letting up. I am Endeavor. Deku tell him, what was that? Endeavor scream and I'm going to say power up, but let's say let up. I am Endeavor, #1 hero, and I am not done yet. Deku smirk and tell him, that's what I like to hear. Deku let go of the hero costume and Endeavor tell him, so do you have a plan? He's quite tough. Maybe if I use my full power I can defeat him, but I cannot do it around so many people and this close to the city. Deku tell him that will not cut it. He's still getting stronger. Look, he already healed for my attack. Endeavor tell him, so what's the plan? Deku tell him, well, I have an idea. I can boost your power. Endeavor looks shocked and tell him, you can? Deku nod, tell him, yeah. I used it before on All Might, but that was not a complete version. Plus this power is only temporary, so if I used it, you have to do quick work of him. Then Endeavor tell him to use it on him. Deku looks surprised and tell him, so you don't care about your pride and getting help from other heroes or other people? Endeavor look at him and tell him, that was the old me. So please, White Ninja, lend me your strength to defeat him. Deku reply, as you wish, #1 hero. Deku touch Endeavor and he can feel the power surging from within him. His flame turn white. Deku tell him, finish him off. Endeavor smile and start flying at max speed, slamming the Numu and start flying higher and higher. Endeavor cannot believe how much faster and stronger he just got. Plus, he doesn't feel tired at all. It's like this power is healing him while powering him. So he starts using his new powers to disintegrating the Numu, and he's not letting up. Each time the Numu start regenerating, Endeavor keep increasing his firepower. Meanwhile, Deku and Hawks start dealing with the small fries. Hawks tell Deku that his wings are not cutting anymore. Deku replies simple enough and hand him a sword and tell him use this. Hawks catch the sword, swung it at the Numu, and it cut the Numu in half. Then Deku blessed the remains. But before he start fighting the other small fries, he tell Hawks aim for the head. Hawks nod and Deku start dismantling or vaporizing the Numu one by one. They are not even a challenge, and Hawks is actually impressed. He start commenting that Deku know what he's doing. Every move, every strike is precisely hitting the weak spot. So while commenting, Hawks leave himself open, so Deku uses shuriken to defeat the Numu that was attacking him, and the shuriken was powered up by electricity, so when he touched the Numu, it completely vaporized him. Then Deku tell him to not let his guard down. Hawks nod and start focusing on the fight. In a mere seconds, they defeat all the Numu. Meanwhile, Endeavor do his own thing and burn the Numu to a crisp using Prominence Burn. Then Endeavor fly down, raising his hand. Everybody cheer for him. Then he powered them because time is up. Deku tell him good job. Endeavor tell him that was amazing. Thanks for your help, White Ninja. Deku smile and tell him anytime. But right before they shake hand, Deku grab Endeavor and push him aside. And when he did that, a massive fireball hit Deku. Everybody start looking where that attack come from, and it come from the defeated Numu, the third generation Numu. He start glowing once again with purple aura, but this time he start almost like eating or merging with the other Numus that still laying around. He start getting bigger and bigger, and he start talking all your bravado, and look what it gets you. I will enjoy every second of this. And right when he said that, he got hit with a lightning spear that completely vaporized his right hand. Then smoke start clearing, and they saw Deku still standing, only missing the left side of his costume. And Deku tell him, what are you talking about, bravado? I'm still standing, and cheap shot like that will not work on me. Endeavor asks Deku, is he okay? Deku nod and he tell him, it's me or he just got stronger. Deku tell him, you're not wrong, he did get stronger, and he still is. Endeavor tell him, use that power up quirk on me again. Deku tell him, no, your body cannot handle another boost without resting first. Endeavor curse, damn it, so what should we do? Deku tell him, simple, I will stop holding back. Then Deku start powering up, electricity shooting everywhere, even the ground start breaking a bit. Then Deku tell him, this ends now. Then he vanish. Everybody start looking left and right where he is. Then they look up and see Deku deliver a fierce punch to Numu's face, sending him flying. Then he follow him and deliver another kick, sending him up in the air, and each punch is more powerful than the previous. Deku is not messing around, he need to finish this right now, but also he needs some information, so he prolonged the fight long enough. He makes sure to anger the Numu as much as possible, because he suspects that right now the Numu is being controlled by the magic caster. Deku think for himself, maybe it's that demon. So after a couple of minutes of just beatdown after beatdown, the Numu fire a fireball straight to the civilians, making Deku go after it to protect them, and he easily cancel it. Then Deku tell him, getting desperate. The Numu tell him, shut up you freak. Deku tell him, oh, this is a new one, a freak. The Numu starts screaming, this is outrageous. I can't let a lowlife like you use this power just to play hero. Then Deku cut him off and tell him, you're missing worthless and useless. The Numu look puzzled, and Deku tell him, you're shocked? I was called a lot of names during my life, so trust me, nothing can say can get to me. Then the Numu tell him, let me guess, humans call you that names, am I right? Why are you protecting them then? You have enough power to rule with Iron Fist. Tell me why, just why? Deku tell him, it's simple, it's not my type. Plus, I learned something. This world or any world, it's full with darkness, and that was my thought process for many years. Why keep fighting for a world that always pushed me aside? Then I met them. They show me that there's still hope for this world. That's why I will keep fighting. Even if it was only a ray of light, I will keep fighting for it. Not as a hero, because I doubt I'll be ever one, but as a guardian. And the last comment really pissed the Numu off. He started powering up, and Deku realized that he need to finish this right now, before someone get hurt. He powered up also go and start charging at the Nomu, and this time he's going for the kill. He's moving so fast that people think that he's teleporting, and he punching the Nomu so hard, sending shockwave throughout the city. Then Deku grab the Nomu, spin him, and fling him up in the air. Then he rocket toward him and punch him using a dragon fist that completely disintegrate every piece of him, and this dragon can be seen for miles away. Then Deku land, leaving everybody speechless. Then they start cheering for him. Then Deku asks him, is everybody okay? Deku tell him, yeah, thanks to you. Deku shook his head, tell him, nope, it's thanks for Endeavor and Hawks. Remember, I arrived late, so if not for them, all of you will be dead. And after checking that the Nomu will not do another appearance, Deku starts saying his goodbyes, but before he go, he tell Endeavor, word of advice, if you are going to give a life another chance, things will change, for better or for worse, so be prepared for them. Endeavor nod and tell him, I will try, thanks. Deku bow and he start flying, and after a few moments he arrived at his city, and when people saw him they start cheering for him. Deku thank them, then he do his own thing by disappearing and goes straight to UA. And right when he appear, Momo jump on him, ask him is he okay. Deku tell her, yeah, don't worry, I'm fine, only my custom got damaged. Then All Might put his hand on Deku's shoulder and tell him, good job, White. Deku smile and tell him, thanks All Might. By the way, I'll be right back. They ask him where he's going, he tell them dragon stuff. They nod, so Deku open up a portal and goes straight to his dad and tell him what just happened. His dad is shocked and relieved that Deku is fine. Then Deku asks him, so do you think this is a demon? His dad tell him, I'm not sure. Maybe it can, maybe not. I will do investigation on my part, but keep an eye out. And if anything come up, I will tell you next time we meet. Deku nod and return to his word. So he took a quick shower and decided to repair his costume. And it's simple by using his technique, or magic, rewind. And nothing happened for the next couple of days. Deku decided to largen his search area, so he started covering more cities, and by extension his popularity shot up from the roof. But one day he got a call from All Might. He answered and told him to come to the police station that is in his city. So he did. When he arrived, he saw All Might, Endeavor, and All Might friend that is the officer, and the police dog. Look, I will not bother to Google his name. Deku asked All Might what's going on. All Might tell him, well, he look at his friend and tell him, this is your part. He tell him, alright, White Ninja, after everything that you did, making this city more prosper and safe, helping All Might in his last fight, stopping Stain, and Leslie helping Endeavor in his fight, and everything else that you did, can't turn a blind eye anymore. So please accept this. Hand him a card, Deku flip it, and it's a pro hero license. Deku is shocked and tell him, are you sure? I didn't do a test or anything. You don't know even my name. The officer tell him, you're right, but your action have spoken, and if we don't consider a hero, we'll be fools. So please accept this. Deku was hesitant, but Endeavor from all the people tell him, yo White, even an idiot can see that you are more deserving of a hero of the title than most of us, so take it, you deserve it. After hearing that from Endeavor no less, and All Might nod, Deku just took it. He thanked them, then he asked them, it doesn't have a tracker, right? The officer tell him maybe, then he burst out laughing, tell him, no, don't worry, we trust you that you will do the right thing. Deku take it, thank them, tell them to have a good day, and he vanished. Then later that day when he returned to UA, he showed his friend the license, they congratulate him on a good work, then Bakugo tell him, took them long enough. Everybody start laughing, then Deku start thinking, I don't care who or what come in front of me in the future, I will defeat it to protect the family I have right now, no matter what. And I think I'm going to stop it right here. It was a long what if, and like I told you at the beginning, I'll stop doing Reborn for a while because I don't have the full details of the next arc, and it will take place in season 5. So thank you so much guys for staying with me through the end, and if you have any suggestion for what if you want me to do, leave it in the comment below, and I will start doing Dragon Ball Z what if. So if you have any idea, please leave it also in the comment below, and if you like it, drop a like, and like always guys, peace.